Hey guys, so in today's video we're going to be installing these LED lights right here. I have 4 of them. We're going to be doing an underglow to the car today. Got a whole shit ton of wire over here. Same wire that we use for the voltmeter. Not sure if I'm going to be using the rest of the red and black or just starting fresh with the blue and yellow. We got 25 feet of each. I think it I don't know. I don't know exactly what direction I'm going in with this, but I'm going to go outside, take a look at everything, get the car all jacked up. And then, I'll be showing it to you guys, once I figure out what I'm doing. I know the underglow is getting done today, just not 100% sure on how yet, but it will be done today. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got the head unit pulled out. We got some more black and red wiring over here. I decided this would be plenty enough. I don't want to fully go through all of the other wires that I got, try to finish up what I have here. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be going right through the dash right there into the, at the back over here, the pit of despair of wires. Then we're going to be coming out and coming like right down here underneath the steering column and the gas pedal and all that, just coming across. Putting the wire probably under the carpet, make it as safe as possible. We're going to be going through that little grommet right up there. Obviously, that's my 0 gauge power wire. We're going through right there along with the stock wire. I believe that's for the alarm, if I'm not mistaken. While we're down here, we can see the other LED lights I put in. But yeah, we're going to be doing that. So I guess I'll meet back up with you guys once we get the wire down here. I can show you exactly how we're getting it through there, where it should come out. Then we'll be getting the car jacked up and ready to go for actually putting the lights up. All right, guys. So as you can see, we got the positive and negative wires for the lights down right over here. And like I said before, we're going to be going up into the grommet that's right there. Way we're going to get these wires through. First thing you want to do is you want to take a step back, make sure that they're not tangled up or anything. If they're crisscrossing a little bit like that, it's not a big deal. Just make sure there's no real knots in there, because it's going to be a real pain to be able to get them back out. Since we have the other end of the wire right there in the front seat, it's going to be kind of a pain. So we're just going to come down over here and try not to fucking pinch these wires under our arm. And we will take the end of our red wire. Just going to kind of try to shove it up in there. It's actually really hard to try to do. I'm not 100% sure if I'll be able to show you guys the full process on video. It's not really that good. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this on video, guys. So I'll be back in a second once I get the wires through, and I'll show you guys how I did it. Alright guys, so we have one strip of LED right there. I just got to tuck up a little more of it, but as you guys can see coming along, it's all zip tied up there, all safe and ready to go. And we also got the one down over on the other side. You can't really see it, but I'll bring you guys over there and show you exactly what it looks like. What we're doing with the power wires, we actually took a step back. We're not using this red wire that I already ran through there. Using this yellow and blue wire because I already got it down through over here. As opposed to going through that grommet up top, we did just go through where our power wire was. We had a little bit of extra room, so we utilized that. And as of right now, we are coming out right through there, and we're going to be taking this clip off right here after we get the car back down and everything, taking that clip off so we can tuck the wire up back behind this panel, and it's going to drop down right over here where we can nicely zip tie it up, and we don't have to worry about it. It took me a little bit to figure out exactly what we were doing, but nonetheless I did figure it out, and it didn't take too long. And just to show you guys the lights we got going on over here, same thing, just tucked right up under here. Kind of hard to see, but that's what we're working with right now. About to do the front lights, and then I'll be sure to show you guys how to wire this up. This part's easy. You just got to zip tie it up there. Use a bunch of these thick ass zip ties. You want to make sure you use thick ones, for the summer heat and all that kind of stuff. They're not going to melt through or break in the winter. Hey guys, so we got everything wired up right over here, everything nice and tucked away. Of course we need to cut all these zip ties, but we have obviously all 4 lights, one over there, one back over there, one back over there, as well as one right under here. Everything's all zip tied and up out of the way, all the wiring done properly. All we really need to do next is just wire it up inside of the car, so we're going to get along to doing that now. And I'm going to make like a little bit of a diagram for you guys, because it was really hard to be able to record while I was doing this, and I don't think I really got any good footage of how to wire it up very properly. So I'm gonna make a little bit of a diagram for you guys at the end of this video if you guys are still a little bit confused on how to do that. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have our switch wired up. This black wire right here is actually connecting to the remote wire back over here behind the stereo. Reason why I'm doing it this way is so I have a very nice, easy source of power. So anytime the stereo is turned on, it will send power to this switch. When I flip the switch, it will give power to the lights, which this is the positive right here. What we're going to be doing for the negative wire, it's somewhere back here in this big old mess of wires that I still have to clean up. Oh, it fell backwards. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be connecting it to the ground of my stereo as the negative right there. Nice and simple, going to make it real easy. It's going to connect on. We're going to tape that all up and shit, and hopefully we'll have our lights, and then we can go ahead and just cut some of these zip ties underneath the car and we can enjoy it. Now obviously guys, it is daytime, but as you can see, the LEDs are working. We have all 4 fully connected right now, and they're all good to go. So all we're going to be doing now is going through cutting all these zip ties down, which I mean isn't really all that exciting. And cleaning up the wiring back over here a little bit, make it safer for us while we're driving, but everything works perfectly fine. The switch is on. We're gonna go ahead, turn the switch off, and then the lights are off now. So very simple install, just take some time. This one was a little bit of a pain in the ass, but I'll definitely be sure to have some shots in here as well as that diagram I was talking about, what it looks like at night, as well as what the best way to hook this up from what I found out while I was doing it. Alright guys, so like I said, I was going to be including a little bit of a diagram in here for you guys to be able to show you a little bit better on how to wire up your underglow, because it was really hard to get good footage of trying to explain it, because the entire process you kind of need 2 hands for, and I didn't have anybody to help me out recording. So these are our tires right here coming off the side of our car, just so I can give you guys a little bit of a reference point on where everything's going to be. So we have our tires that are uneven, as you guys can see. That's what you want in a good sports car. But being a little bit more serious, you're going to want to put 1 LED strip about here, about even with the tires. I think it gives it the best look. So this is about where we put ours, and it worked out perfectly fine. Now what our original plan was to take this light, run a wire coming straight across to this light, and connect those together, okay? So connect the positives from these lights together and the negatives from these lights together, and then take some of that blue and yellow sky-high car audio wire that we were using, and then we were gonna connect it to the other end of like a butt connector, and then run it up to this light, and connect the blue and yellow to a butt connector, as well as the positive and negative from this light, with another wire coming across this way, and then going up into the car, right over here into our dashboard. This is our dashboard, okay? That was our original plan. But we had the muffler of the car right here, which I didn't think about until afterwards. We have a big muffler system right here in the car, okay? And you don't want to put any lights, any wires on that. It gets extremely hot. There is a heat shield there protecting it from the inside of the car for a reason. And as well as why we sound dead in the entire trunk of the car. Even though we weren't getting too much vibration from it, it was able to keep that heat away. So what we ended up doing was taking the wires from these lights and we connected it right through here. And then took the wires from this light and connected it right through here. Yet again, we're just going positive to positive, negative to negative on all of these wires. And then we had to take this light from here and then join all of these wires together, which created a little bit of a mess of wires underneath my car, but I was able to clean it up, make it look a little bit better. And then from there, we were able to go into our dashboard. So that's really what you want to do. You want to make sure you avoid the muffler or any moving parts. Because what I initially did the first time I did the install was right here. It was a little part of my drive shaft, and I didn't know what it was, honestly. It was a little part of my drive shaft that I didn't notice, and I ended up zip tying these wires instead of having them come in front of it. It was ran through it, okay? I didn't realize it was part of my drive shaft, so as I'm turning the wheels to the left or to the right, what it was doing was stretching out the wire. My wires ended up grounding out on the metal right there. And then my lights didn't work. And, as soon as I looked under the car, I was like, oh, that's a moving part. I didn't realize that. So you want to definitely be sure you don't get caught up on any moving parts whatsoever, because that can definitely fry your stereo It can fry your lights. It can start a small fire. I mean, probably not a fire, to be honest, with how little power goes to these lights. It's less than 1 amp per light. So probably not a fire, but still, you don't want that wire sparking or grounding out underneath your car whatsoever. So be sure to do it this way, as well as try to get your lights as high up as possible. You don't want to be taping, zip tying these to the bottom of big shit. You want to do it on smaller stuff where there's going to be something underneath it still, so if you do happen to bottom out your car, you're not rubbing off electrical wire and stuff like that. Every single car is going to be a case-to-case difference. Usually, I would recommend going on the part of your brake line that's right over here. Well, on my car, it's over here, because there's 4 little pieces of my brake line I can go onto, and then it's not, right by your brakes right over here, so you don't have to worry about it bulging and then breaking off the zip tie, or not bulging and not being able to use those brakes. And then on this side, I think I just went through some of the sheet metal of the car. If you really want, you can drill some extra holes. I didn't want to go that route. I'm still I know a lot about the electrical systems of cars and how cars work, but I'm not as good on how cars work or every single mechanical part and where they are. So I didn't feel comfortable drilling into the car from the bottom side. So I ended up just going with it this way, and it's working for me. I've been using it for a couple of days now. Yet again, check your state laws, see if having an underglow is legal or illegal. For me, living in New York, it is illegal, but I use it mostly, when I go to car meets and when I'm trying to show off a little bit. It's not something I drive around with every day, all day. It's just to show off.